What is going on, YouTube, and welcome to episode 3 of my flipping from 10 mil to 1 bill series. We are now currently at 10 mil profit, holding a 20 mil cash stack, and this is where things start to get a little more interesting. Womp, 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 womp. Subscribe. So the first thing that I noticed when I logged in was that rune darts were again on another dump, which actually just goes to show you that sometimes you can do the same item over and over again, assuming that that dump holds for 4 hours. Because of this, I actually recommend newer people that are in my Discord to check their previous flips before hunting for new ones, because it's a lot easier to do so. I also decided to pick up some silver ore, and this is simply because I have a low cash stack, so any flips that come my way, I'm gonna take them. And just like that, everything was able to sell. Now, if you look at the time here, it did take a while, but if you notice, my cash stack is still actually 18 mil, so it is still worth it to do these guys, and I actually had to go for dinner anyways. So for the silver ore, we were able to make a total now of 325k, and for the rune darts, we were able to make 483k. Alright guys, so this item here, the Topaz amulets, are a new item for me. However, I was about to go AFK and I saw that they had a buy price here of $25.70. So I went ahead and put an offer here and noticed that immediately they were not only buying but selling too. I also caught a really good ROI flip. These are the infinity boots here, and we were able to buy these guys at 326k and then sell them off for 479k. And we made 463k here off of just 3 items. So after a little bit, I decided to give up on the diamond rings and sell what we had gotten, which was only around 87k worth, but the Topaz amulets were a different story. For these guys, we were able to make a 572k profit over just 2200 Topaz amulets at 259 GP profit each. Alright guys, so we're no stranger to blood runes, and here they are again. They've dipped down to 212, so I went ahead and quickly bought 25,000 of those. And while I listed for 215, I guess the dump went further and I got 210, so I'm really happy with that. So I'm just gonna go ahead now and list these blood runes at 228, and then we can move on to the next flip. It had been roughly 20 or 30 minutes now, and I'd been cycling through items, but I noticed the chaos runes dropped right after the blood runes, and this actually happened on the last video as well. So we're gonna go ahead and pick up these chaos runes at 70 coins, and I'm gonna list these guys here at 80, and then we're just gonna wait for these guys all to sell. So you guys probably saw the bowstrings already in the last 2 scenes, but it's time to address the elephant in the room. So these bowstrings usually sell between 79 and 80 coins, but I noticed a small decrease in the buy price, so I went for it, and we were able to get them all at 65, and then I went ahead and listed the bowstrings for 80 coins. And I've said it once, but I'll say it again, those green lights after dinner are definitely what I live for. We were able to sell everything, and let's go through the profits now. So for the chaos runes, we were able to make 630k now. This is really just a no-brainer flip, guys. They cost next to nothing to buy, and essentially just a free 200k every time you find the margin. The next flip is these bowstrings, and we were able to make 195k off of those as well. And just look at that incredible ROI of 23% and 15 GP profit over an 80 coin item. And saving the best for last here, guys, we got the blood runes, which have made us a total of 1 mil flat. I don't think I've ever seen that before. I swear to you, there is no paid actor. No paid actor. But for those of you guys just starting off flipping, check out these 3 items here. I mean, none of them cost a lot of money. You could do all 3 of these put together with just a 4 or 5 mil cash stack. And check it out, we were actually able to make like 2 or 3 mil off of these in just a couple of days. I have also created a Discord for flipping with a load of help from my admin, General Kev. So if you need help with flipping or if you want to brag about your best flips, the link to join will be in the description. Alright guys, so moving along here, we found these Teak logs and they're currently buying for $260 and selling at $299. So I went ahead and took those. This one is what I like to call an instant flip, as soon as I was buying them, I was selling them and they were insta selling. In a perfect world, every single flip would look like this, where you can instantly buy the item and then instantly sell them, but it is nice to see once in a while. So in just roughly 3 minutes, we were able to make 267k off of these Teak logs. Alright, so moving on to the next flip here, guys, we got the anti-venoms. So we were able to buy these guys up at 53.51, which is another huge margin, because if you compare the graph here, you'll see that they have a sell price at 57.94 here, guys, which is roughly 500 GP per item. I also found a dump on the Blighted Manta rays, and this one was a really good dump. It was 461 to 501, and it was another one of those flips that I just explained earlier, where they were selling just as fast as they were buying, and also what I like to call free GP. We also got these Astral runes for 64 coins, and we're gonna go ahead and sell these for 79 coins. And now we wait. Alright guys, so I'm back here and we were able to sell off all of our anti-venoms and our Blighted Manta rays. The anti-venoms, although we only got 1100 of the 2000, we were still able to pick up 516k. Guys, you gotta try these potions, they're just so great. For the Blighted Manta rays, keep in mind that this was actually a fast flip, so I was selling them just as fast as I was buying them, but we were able to make 259k, and this was roughly in 2 or 3 minutes. Alright guys, so what is a good video without some risk? So I went and I decided that I was going to start buying some of the bigger items. And even though I know that if I have to hold an item for over 12 hours, my whole flipping series actually comes to a halt because I have no money to buy new products. So I decided to start buying the Aram robe skirt. Now the Aram robe skirt, I'm actually going to full screen it this time. Is going down in price within the last 12 hours. Now I know that I missed a couple of dumps here, you can see on the blue lines. However, I wanted to get them in at roughly 2.071 mil, because as you can see, it's pretty stable over 2.3 mil from the price previously. And that's exactly what I did. I went and risked pretty much my entire bank on Aram's robe skirt just to see how much money I could make off of these. And I wanted to see how fast roughly it would sell and if it was worth it yet on this 25 mil cash stack to start going to the bigger items. Alright guys, I'm not gonna lie, I got a little too antsy. I could not just sit there and watch my entire bank waiting to sell. So I went offline for a little bit and I came back in a few hours to semi good news. I want to say pretty good news. We had sold the first 4 of the Aram's robe skirts, which meant that we had money again, and it only took 1 or 2 hours. Alright guys, so the other 3 robe skirts had sold and we made 599k off of the Aram's robe skirts in roughly 2 hours. So the question is, was it worth it? Now, I get this question a lot in Discord as well, like when can I start flipping bigger? And the answer is we had to use our entire cash stack of 22 mil, or I think it was 24 mil, in order to buy these Aram robe skirts. And they got us 600k. But going back to earlier in this video, we were actually able to make 5 times that amount with only 4 mil of our 24 mil spent. So the answer, while a little bit subjective, is if you are doing more AFK flips where you're just gonna set your price, leave for 4 hours and come back, then I think it'd be okay to do these 1 to 5 mil flips on a 25 mil cash stack. However, I think until you reach about 80 to 100 mil, where that money doesn't really hurt you and you could just do the buy and sell offers and still flip on the side, I think until at least 80 mil, it's better to stick with these smaller buys. I also forgot to mention previously, because of the Aram hype, but we were able to sell sell off those Astral runes at 73 coins, making another 135k on top. Oh look, it's another potion. Wow. So we got these ancient brews here at 34.64, and we're gonna sell them back at 39.58. Now these ones were a pretty common one. I did this a lot in my other series, but basically these ancient brews actually retain a price of 3,900 or higher. So when you see those dips, you can go ahead and buy them and confidently sell these back. And it didn't take long, just about 20 minutes, and those ancient brews were sold. We sold them off at 39.58, making a total now of 925k off of those ancient brews. And we have now made 15.6 mil, and we have a healthy cash stack of 25 mil. It looks so much nicer than that 10 mil. If you enjoyed the video, like and goodbye.